All right, so as the rain comes in, we will talk about whether or not beings, galactics, fairies can follow you across the world. Was the question. Can they follow you across the world? Yes, they can. So there are several different instances that I'm feeling as this question comes up. One, use the example of Wasp, my mantid friend. Wasp is a being who was uh, in contact with me by finding me in the woodlands of the Appalachians when I lived out towards Philadelphia, PA, and Lancaster, PA. And I'm going to close this window. Rain's starting to come in. And Wasp was, I don't know if he had a ship or if he was dropped off on a ship when I met him. But I met him. He was behind a tree. I didn't know he was there. I met him through meditation and other means later on. And then he showed me how he found me. And so he would connect to me in meditative spaces. And then I went to New Mexico. And when I went to New Mexico, he followed me around because they had a ship. And my Zeta friend radio was taxiing him from space to space along with others. And so they followed me around the world, essentially. I was on one side of the United States and came to the other, and that's where I actually physically saw them. And Wasp was showed up. I believe the first time he showed up was Utah, and so they pop around. They can pop around in that kind of way physically. If they're physical beings, they can get on ships and zip, 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 zip. Here we are. Follow you wherever you are. All they need is a signature, a telepathic signature, quantum signature. And so some beings have technology that can track you. And then in other instances, they just telepathically connect and kind of go, oh, where are you at? And maybe you're not even aware of the question, but you suddenly just be like, oh, I'm in Phoenix, Arizona. And they're like, oh, and they pick up on that and boom, off they go. So they can follow you in that physical sense, telepathic sense. They can follow you astrally. They don't need to be physical, they can be astral, energetic. They can be anywhere in the universe. And all they have to do is have your signature. Your signature is like your address. And it doesn't matter where you are physically, your quantum signature is your address wherever you are. So the physical part doesn't matter. All they have to do is think, hey, I want to talk to Willow. And then wherever I'm at, boom, they can talk to me. So they can not just talk to me, they can astrally connect to me because there's a connection. There's a connection made. So they know exactly where I am and they just go, poof, where's Willow at? Poof, pop in and experience that way. So astrally, they can follow you around the world. They can, fairies can follow you around the world. A lot of people have fairies that are, I call them like pass downs, hand me downs, ancestral fairies that are sometimes 300-400 years old, even longer, that came over on ships or came over with ancestors of the family and followed them and just followed the children. So wherever the family went, that's where they ended up. More recently, had an experience where somebody had one that was from like the Middle East that had traveled through the centuries with the family over to the States. So that's another way they can travel around the world, um, which is more physical, I guess, too. And yeah, I mean, I think that's it to the question. So I've had beings travel in that space. I've had Sasquatches from Pennsylvania astrally pop in when I was in Mount Shasta, and people see them. I've had extraterrestrials follow me from place to place. I've had some that show up and like, hey, where are you gonna be? Can we meet you? And then I've never seen them again that I know of because they haven't come back yet, and or maybe they haven't found me yet. There are also galactics who are looking for people. It's not uncommon for me to do a reading and for the galactic members to be like, we finally found them, we finally found you, type of thing. That they've been looking. They came from another planet. They're on a ship, and when they got here, they started looking for the energy signatures of the people that they're connected to. And sometimes that takes time, depending on their states of technology and all of that. So, uh, anything else to add? I think that's it. The key, though, is the answer to the question is yes. They can follow you pretty much anywhere once you have that connection built. That's why cord cutting is important. Cord cutting different people, beings, all that other stuff. If you don't want something around you, protecting yourself energetically, building your spiritual fortress. So let me know if that helps. And thank you for the support, asking questions. A lot of love and gratitude for all of you. And if you're interested in supporting this work, if you find these reels helpful, please consider a spirit art reading, divine counsel transmission, that sort of thing. I also have opened up installment plans for people who want to might not have the money now, but are trying to put money forward towards those some of those bigger items. And then the mini readings are on social media, currently only done on Instagram, but you can book mini readings too whenever those release, and have those recorded and sent off to you as well. So if you see this and you're on TikTok, you're more than welcome to book a mini reading when I post those, and then you'll get a recorded version. But the live recording takes place on Instagram. So thank you all. Much love and gratitude. Bye.